Label Radio.
Radio classic hip hop. My man Nails of the 1 and 2. That last joint right there was the Space Jam theme song. Hit 'em High with Be Real.
Yeah.
How did that song come about?
I believe the Trackmasters were the producers of that joint, and the Trackmasters were definitely some cats that they had heat at the time. Everybody wanted to get tracks from them, so when they put this soundtrack together, they wanted to get the producers that were most sought out and the best ones at the time, and they were them. And Trackmasters were always cool with me, throughout my career, with Cypress Hill. There's other producers out there that had wanted to have me do work in some form or another, whether it be with Cypress Hill or outside. And most of the time it's outside because we have a certain formula with Cypress Hill. We don't try not to break from that unless somebody understands it,
Yeah.
And so this came about with the movie, and I was one of the ones selected to be a part of the group song. I think I was one of the first three that they came to. I don't know exactly how the order went, but I was like, really, from Michael Jordan? Hell, let's go. Who's on it? LL Cool J, and I'm like,
Busta Rhymes. It was an all-star cast.
Yeah, it was. Because Busta and Meth were my peers. Busta came out right before us with Leaders of the New School and all that stuff. And then, Meth had come out right after Cypress Hill, and Coolio I had known when we were, barely like in demo mode, He was, we go back with Coolio, you know what I'm saying? So it was all my friends. And then, somebody I always looked up to in LL Cool J being on the song. So I was like, hell yeah. I was like, shit, that was cool. I had a chance to do a few, cameos that I could really say that, I was like, very fortunate to be a part of. Dr. Dre put me in one, and Trackmasters put me in this one.
It's dope. That's dope. I mean, it was one of them, another left field type of deal. Of course, you expect Busta Rhymes and Method Man and those guys to be on tracks together, but when you was on it, I'm like, oh, really? And then you came off, it was like, okay, I see why now he fits right in, because I always knew you was a dope MC, but I'm West Coast biased. I'm a hip hop head, but I'm West Coast biased.
With Cypress Hill, people I think see more of a style for me in a certain way of songwriting over Muggs' stuff, and that stuff is very much song driven. It doesn't lend itself for me to show that I could spit like other MCs and stuff like that. And when I get on tracks like these features and stuff, it sort of lends itself to that, unless there's a concept behind it, like peer pressure and whatnot. When it's everybody just going off on a track, then you can pretty much, if that beat is slamming and you're feeling it, then you just go full throttle. And certain producers have given me the chance to show that I'm not just a songwriter and not just a weed head, but I'm an actual MC that. If you give me the chance to show you this, you'll see something different in any beat that I get on. I'll rip it a different style. It won't be what I do with Cypress Hill. It'll be on some MC shit.
And you showed and proved that with all these other features, like I said, the peer pressure that hit them high. You show that you can rock with the best of them.
Well, Muggs, going back to the early days, he always told me, if you want to be the best MC or one of them, you have to get down with the best MC. So, fortunately, I started getting invited to be getting down, maybe because they respected the work with Cypress, and it gave me a chance to showcase what I was capable of outside of the Cypress brand.
Exactly. And you got a bunch of new projects. Before we go into the new projects, we're not gonna get in depth with it, but since I'm a classic hip hop guy, and I have to ask, what's your relationship with Ice Cube right now?
Oh, we're totally cool, man. We squashed that whole shit out in 1997, on day one of 1997, January 1st.
Okay.
And we've been cool ever since. We've played a few shows. We've done a couple of songs together, a couple videos. And
so do you play new music for Ice Cube?
Do I play new music for Ice Cube? What do you mean, like
if you have some new projects or whatever, you say, hey, listen to this joint that we're working on?
I would. I wouldn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, it is what it is.
Because he has a tendency to
well, in that time,
use stuff that he hears.
Yeah, we felt that he did that, and he had a reputation for that. And
honestly, the cut the bullshit. He did actually steal that song and actually use it, and
it's well documented.
It's well documented.
But we were able to put that old shit behind us, and be friends, but maybe not at the level that we were before, because his situation is different now, and so is mine.
Of course,
his business with the movies, and as well as juggling, doing music, it doesn't lend itself to us being like partners the way we were, like hanging out every day, because I got Be Real TV, I got Cypress Hill, I got my solo brand, I got the dispensary.
You got shit
coming.
going on too, whatever. So
we both are very busy. You know what I'm saying? And we've talked about doing music and doing shit. You know what I mean? And I think if the right situation came along and the right producer for Ice Cube and myself to do a project together, I think it could happen. And I think
you're open to it.
Oh yeah, I think it would be fucking amazing. Man.
It would be, exactly.
Because at root, even when we had our problems, I always respected him as a writer and as an MC. He's like,
regardless of how would you think about him, he can still spit.
He's one of the best who ever fucking did it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's still active and he's still doing it. And I definitely would fuck with Cube. I still look at him as one of the guys that if he didn't do what he did in his career, the West Coast wouldn't have like pushed on as quickly as it did.
Yeah.
In the respect factor,
he was
of hip-hop.
definitely the trailblazer as far as like lyrical respect.
Yes,
from
he
outside
he showed that West Coast artists can come with other shit than just gangster shit, and even his style of gangster shit was very intellectual and it was transformed from what he did with NWA into his solo shit. So I respected that. I always respected it, and I always look up to a challenge. Like, if people think you're better than me, I'm gonna go after it. And,
as you should.
And as MCs, that's what we do. We look at it very much like sports. It's competitive. It's a competitive form of entertainment. We all want to be the best or considered one of the best. And when you have a solid beef there, you definitely want to put your competition in the dirt. So I know he was doing it, and probably not really happy about doing it because we were really friends.
Yeah,
I was, for me, I love a challenge, but at the same time, I felt bad about it because this was a dude that I considered a friend, and I respected him as an artist and I looked up to him, but. One has to step up to a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
As you should. But anyway, let's get into this. You got new music, and you've been doing a lot of new stuff. You have partnered with Berner, and you have Prohibition, and that album. I was asking Nels about it. What you think overall? I think you with Berner makes Berner better.
Yeah.
Like as a hip hop connoisseur and a guy that follows music or whatever, Berner's okay.
Right.
But it seems like he's like a method man. He gets around you and other people, and he kind of steps it up. He has to.
Yeah.
He has to.
And it's one of those things where this guy, he's got a great work ethic. Berner, a lot of people don't know this guy stays working, and he's actually a real rapper. He likes that rap shit, you know what I mean? But what his lane is slightly different. So he kind of maybe, doesn't go as hard when he's doing his own shit than when he gets with me or somebody like me, you know what I mean? Where he's like, okay, I got to be on my real rap shit right here. I can't I can't afford to just lay back on shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're gonna outshine him,
right? And he, no rapper wants to get outshined, so he steps up his game when he gets with me, and we got a great chemistry working together, man. It's very loose. We fucking chief out hard, and we look at things the same way, and I very much look at him like a brother. You know what I'm saying? And
you can tell like you're his mentor, and he looks up to you, and you can just tell the energy when you guys see it in videos or in shows or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Snoop and Wiz got down. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of the Latin version of Snoop and Wiz.
It's the Latin version of Snoop and Wiz, and him and I are working on Prohibition 2, which is gonna be fucking slapping. that's gonna come out later on because
Yes.
I got Dr. Green Thumb, The Prescription coming out.
Yes.
And that was a fun record to work on too.
Well, let's get into a new joint. Let's get into the joint you did with Berner and Snoop, Faded. Let's get into that.
Yeah. That's
And
on
then-
Prohibition 1. Yeah.
Prohibition 1, and then after that, we're gonna play a song off Prohibition 2.
Right, yeah, a leak. An exclusive leak.
Exclusive.
Off the Loud Pack.
Blowing Money Fast, Berner, Snoop, Scoop DeVille,
Yeah.
and then Dimrick. So let's get into a couple Berner joints, Prohibition 1 and 2, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
All right.
White Label Radio, DJ Nels, let's go.